can't the sound. I cannot hear the Magnus. They cut it. Oh, hello. It's Magnitude, the vegetarian vampire. Good to see you again. All of you. Yes, I see you and I see you and I recognize you. I knew you'd be back. That's right. Welcome, welcome. I was looking for the Grama Kitty. You know, Kitty, happy Halloween, happy Halloween. That's what she do all the time. It's so funny. Kitty, where are you, Kitty? You told me to go here, I think. I went here, I didn't see her. Then you told me to go this way. I went this way. I didn't see Grandma Kitty either, so here I am. Here I am with you, my darlings. Oh, do not fear me, unless you're juicy round strawberry. Then run. But other than that, I'm a vegetarian vampire. And I want to share with Grandma Kitty. And now you, my little kumquats, a book. A brilliant novel I have just discovered. It's called It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, by Charles M. Schulz. By far the greatest novel. I can barely say it. The greatest novel and illustrator, Charles M. Schulz. Oh my goodness, let me share a piece, just a piece, of Linus's letter to the Great Pumpkin. Dear Great Pumpkin, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Halloween night. I hope you will bring me lots of presents. The thought of that, it gets me every time. As Linus goes and self-isolates every Halloween night in the most sincere pumpkin patch he can find. This story is documented by Charles Schulz. And we bring it to life. Magnitude, the vegetarian vampire. I give you It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, by Charles M. Schulz. Dear Great Pumpkin, I am looking forward to seeing you on Halloween night. I hope you will bring me lots of presents. Every year, Linus writes to the Great Pumpkin, and every year he waits in the most sincere pumpkin patch he can find, hoping to see his mysterious hero. On Halloween night, the Great Pumpkin rises out of the pumpkin patch, flies through the air with his bag of toys for all the children, Linus explained to Charlie Brown. You must be crazy, said Charlie Brown. Linus's sister Lucy cried, Writing to the Great Pumpkin again? You make me the laughingstock of the neighborhood. Linus sighed. There are 3 things I've learned never to discuss with people. Religion, politics, and the Great Pumpkin. Sally was the only one who didn't laugh at Linus. You say the cutest thing, she said. Would you like to join me in the pumpkin patch this year? Linus asked. Sally smiled. Oh, I'd love to. Linus was excited. This Halloween he would have company in the pumpkin patch, and surely this time the Great Pumpkin would appear. But first, Linus had to mail his letter. Nearby, Charlie Brown opened his own mailbox. For once it wasn't empty. I got an invitation to a Halloween party, Charlie Brown danced with joy. I've never gotten a party invitation before. Is it Violet's party? Lucy asked. If it is, your name was on the wrong list. You were on the do not invite list. When Sally heard about the party, she asked, Is Linus taking me? She wanted to go to the party, but she wanted her to be with her sweet Baboo even more. My blockhead brother is out in the pumpkin patch making his yearly fool of himself, Lucy grumbled. Boy, he is strange, Violet agreed, missing all the fun. Maybe there is a Great Pumpkin, Sally defended her sweetheart. But Sally soon forgot about the Great Pumpkin. Everybody was getting ready for Halloween, and the kids were making their own ghost costumes, except Lucy. Where's Charlie Brown? Here I am, Charlie said. I had a little trouble with the scissors. Everyone recognized Pigpen by his cloud of dust, but there was one strange figure in the crowd. Who in the world is that? Lucy asked when she saw Snoopy's costume. He's a World War I flying ace, Charlie Brown explained. Flying ace or no flying ace, Lucy decided to take charge. All right, first we'll go trick-or-treating, and then we go to Violet's party, she declared as the World War I ace slipped off into the night. Blockhead, you're going to miss the fun again, Lucy said. Don't talk like that, Linus exclaimed. The great pumpkin will come, because I am in the most sincere pumpkin patch. Oh, good grief. Lucy marched off with the ghosts. Linus was waiting at the pumpkin patch when the rest of the gang walked by. Have you come to sing pumpkin carols? He asked. Sally went along, but at the last minute, she ran back. Linus grinned. You'll see the great pumpkin with your own eyes. The great pumpkin has to pick this patch. I don't see how the pumpkin patch could be more sincere than this. Linus wasn't trick-or-treating, but he wasn't forgotten. Can I have an extra candy for my stupid brother? Lucy demanded at each house. He couldn't come with us because he's waiting for the great pumpkin. It's so embarrassing, Lucy sighed. I got a chocolate bar, Pigpen reported. I got a quarter, Schroeder said. I got a rock, Charlie Brown cried. Snoopy had gone off by himself. He climbed on top of his doghouse, and he pretended it was a World War I airplane. Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta-ta-ta. The brave World War I flying ace fired his machine guns. Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta-ta-ta. The Red Baron fired back. Curse you, Red Baron! The brave pilot went down with his airplane. The World War I flying ace sneaked off into the night behind the enemy lines. He took shelter where he could, but always passed and pressed onwards towards his goal. On their way to Violet's house, the gang stopped at the pumpkin patch. They couldn't believe Sally was going to miss the party. Just wait until the great pumpkin comes, Sally shouted. Linus knows what he's doing. The great pumpkin will be here. But Sally was beginning to have her doubts. As soon as the other kids left, Sally turned to Linus and shouted, All right, where is the great pumpkin? While Sally and Linus scanned the dark pumpkin-filled horizon. The rest of the gang enjoyed a great Halloween party. They bobbed for apples and played games, and there were prizes. There were caramel apples and popcorn balls, jazzy music, and spooky decorations. Everyone enjoyed a fantastic time. Meanwhile, in the pumpkin patch, Sally sighed. If anyone had told me I'd be waiting in a pumpkin patch on Halloween night, I'd have said they were crazy. Just think, Sally, when the great pumpkin rises out of the pumpkin patch, we'll be here to see him, Linus replied. And just then there was a rustling in the pumpkin vines. Could it be? Was the great pumpkin finally going to appear? Linus saw a dark shape rise. His heart pounded. And then Linus fainted. Sally took a closer look at the dark figure. It wasn't the great pumpkin. It was Snoopy. The World War I flying ace had found shelter in an enemy pumpkin patch. When Linus finally opened his eyes, he asked, "What happened? Did I see him? Did the great pumpkin leave us toys?" But there were no toys. There had been no great pumpkin, just Charlie Brown's dog, Snoopy. Sally wailed, "I was robbed. Halloween is over and I missed it. You kept me waiting all night, and all that came of it was a beagle. I'll sue, I'll sue." After the party, the trick-or-treaters stopped by the pumpkin patch to check on Sally and Linus. Sally was furious, but Linus still wasn't ready to give up. "Hey, aren't you going to wait and greet the great pumpkin? It won't be long now," Linus shouted. The children just walked away and Sally left too. "If the great pumpkin comes, I'll put in a good word for you," Linus called after them. "Good grief," I said. "If, not when," Linus cried. "One little slip like that can cause the great pumpkin to pass you by," he said, fretting. "Oh, great pumpkin, where are you?" Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. At 4 a.m, Lucy's alarm clock chimed. She got out of bed and went to Linus's room. As she expected, his bed was empty. Lucy put on her coat and went to the pumpkin patch. She found little brother shivering and alone. Once again, Linus had missed Halloween. Lucy had brought her brother home, took off his muddy shoes and tucked him into bed. Another Halloween had come and gone, and the great pumpkin hadn't appeared. The next day, Charlie Brown tried to make Linus feel better. "Don't take it too hard. I've done a lot of stupid things in my life too." "Waiting for the great pumpkin isn't stupid," Linus said. "Just wait till next year, Charlie Brown, you'll see. I'll find a pumpkin patch that's real sincere, and I'll wait until the great pumpkin rises up, and who knows, maybe next year." The end. Or is it? Wasn't that a terrific story, everyone? It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin. That's right, by Charles M. Schulz. What a novel. What an achievement for Linus, who does define us. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming. If you see Grama Kitty, tell her I was looking for her. What did she say? Happy Halloween. And don't forget, if you love someone, you're going to read them a story. Isn't that right? That's right, baby boo. That's right. Happy Halloween, everybody. See you real soon.